I'm back, and there's a new plugin in town. Uh, no better way to come back than to a plugin from Slate Digital, the new Submerge plugin. Today's gonna be fun.
Watch me take control.
This plugin solves an issue that people have all the time, and that is sidechaining. And let me explain a little bit what this is for. This is a plugin that will take your sidechaining to the next level and will make it extremely easy for you to do. So, Submerge, what does it do? Technically, if you put it on, the first thing you're going to get, and I'm going to put this to the default, it's going to be this. And I'm going to eliminate the sense there so you hear just this effect. This first meter is actually the ingoing signal, and the out, of course, is the outgoing signal and level. Okay, so that's in and out, and you can control those here: input gain and output gain. Okay, and you can bypass the whole thing. Okay, right there. Here you have a shape graphic to help you with this sidechain effect. And you have three modes: natural, extreme, and special. The natural is going to be a natural curve, and that's a duct tape shape based on the behavior of an audio compressor. Then there's the extreme. So it's not gradual going up, it's just completely off and then going on. So depending on the effect that you want to create. And there's a special one, has a different kind of vibe, and it's this shape. Morph is going to give you this control. So now you can control the sidechain super easy just using the morph. You get the idea. And depth, in case you want to dock it, but not so much, this is kind of a mix knob for this effect. I'm going to leave it to 100. I'm going to leave this to 50. On the right side, you get a pretty cool effects to work with here. The first one is gain and mid side. This is the full spectrum amplitude, what it says here, for docking. And it can be applied to the mid or to the side only. And how do you select one or the other? Well, you go to the tweak setting here, and you see that it says mid and side. So to the left is the mid. And you're going to dock only the mids. If you go the other way, you're going to dock the side. So it's an interesting effect, and it's absolutely awesome that they included this. Going back here, it has an high pass filter. And now on this side, on the tweak, you can change the resonance on this effect. There's a low pass filter. There's also high duck. That's ducking the high frequencies, of course. Low duck. If you want to keep the highs but ducking the lows on any specific material, yeah, that's the way to go. There's also this thing, high pass filter plus low pass filter. And this is fun. Super cool. There's also sample rate. And this one, it ducks by dropping the sample rate to the great audio and remove treble. What? Seriously, guys, this is ridiculously good. And there's also the smoothing. So how smooth do you want that signal? To the left, it's going to be like super harsh. And if you work with the depth, you see what you can accomplish just by using this. This is ridiculous. And also there's the contrary effect to the high pass plus low pass. This is high pass minus low pass. So this is how it sounds. Super, super cool effects, guys. On the top, it's set to sync, and that's going to sync to the time that you have on your DAW. In this case, I have it to 128. But if you want to change how this feels, right? Because right now it's like the pretty basic one. You can change now how this feel by the time signature, and you can say, for example, triplets. Now, on this side, auto trigger, MIDI trigger, and audio trigger. So there's nothing left under the sun that you cannot do with this plugin. So with the auto trigger, it's gonna work by default as it is. But with the MIDI trigger, you can use MIDI notes to trigger this plugin. And I'm not going to show you that one today, maybe in another tutorial, but I'm going to show you the audio trigger because this one is probably going to be the one that you're going to use most after the auto trigger. For example, if I have a kick here and I set it up to auto trigger, it's not going to do anything. So the way you do this is you set it up to audio trigger, and in whatever DAW you're using, you should have something to activate or deactivate the side chaining within the plugin. And I have it right here. I'm just going to activate it, and I'm going to go to this cogwheel right here, and I'm going to add a sidechain source. In this case, it's going to be kick 1. And now, as I'm doing that, so now that's triggering the plugins. And if I remove a few notes here, you're going to see what this does. I'm going to delete this. So now it's super, super cool because it's dependent on the audio. And it's the same if I do, for example, kick, snare, and hi-hat on this side. I only need to add the sources, the right sources. So I'm going to do kick 2 and also snare 2. I want those two to affect the plugin. So let's take a listen to this. The delay, it's going to affect how fast this is going to react to those signals coming in. So play with it up to 20%. It's pretty cool. And the threshold, the most clear example that I can give you, maybe if this 3 hits, I'm going to lower the volume here so you hear this. Okay, so as you can hear this, so while those 3 hits are lower in volume, it's not affecting the plugin because it's not reaching that threshold volume. So now you get into the creative side of it to program your drums to affect the plugin in that way. And that's, I think, super, super cool what you can accomplish with this. And there's also different kind of presets like dip crush, dynamic duck, flutter, on this one that is automate time, it's precisely for that, for you to automate this parameter the way that you want. You just go here, select more, you go to inserts, go to submerge, and let's go with the rate. So take a listen to this. And I'm going to go down here. Okay, so Nice. So as you can see, you can get extremely creative with it and do whatever you want. And by the way, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any other video from us, and see you in the next one.